Here are 15 abnormally large airplanes that actually exist. Beluga XL. Large pieces of cargo, such as airplane wings, are often transported overseas by ferry. However, shipping an object of such massive size is a long and tedious process. It's also extremely inconvenient when a part is needed urgently. When immediate delivery of an oversized component is necessary, many manufacturing companies turn to the Beluga XL. The Beluga XL is a massive airplane constructed by Airbus for the purpose of delivering huge items quickly and efficiently. It has a mammoth total length of 63.1 meters, which makes it about 20 meters longer than the average commercial airplane. On top of this, the aircraft boasts a maximum takeoff weight of 227 tons. To put that into context, the Statue of Liberty weighs 225 tons, meaning the Beluga XL could carry Lady Liberty herself and still have room to spare. Of course, this plane doesn't actually transport a whole lot of global landmarks. It predominantly carries pieces of other aircrafts and can hold 2 commercial-sized airplane wings beneath its nearly 20-meter-high ceiling. Its own wings, meanwhile, span a total of 60 meters, twice the wingspan of the pterosaur, who we met in the introduction to this video. Now let's get ready for today's missing topic. Before we move ahead with the rest of the video, let's take a moment to look at today's missing topic. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen is obsessed with massive aircrafts and has even designed a number of his own over the years. Many of these airplane designs were overly ambitious and never really got off the ground. Yeah, that pun was intentional, and no, we're not sorry about it. Despite multiple failures, Allen refused to abandon his dream of creating the largest air vehicle in the world and shocked his doubters when he unveiled the Stratolaunch. Billed as the airplane bigger than a football field, the Stratolaunch featured dual fuselages and was close to 120 meters in length. It seemed that Allen had finally achieved his goal. But some say the eccentric billionaire was still not satisfied with his creation. At the time of his death, he was said to be working on an airplane to dwarf the Stratolaunch. Reports claimed he was keeping this monstrous plane hidden away in the deserts of California to prevent meddling from the government or other engineers. But one determined investigator managed to snap a picture of this secretive construction process, and this is it. Here we see a winged beast that can be best described as the Stratolaunch on steroids. Although the image isn't perfectly clear, we can make out about a dozen engines and 4 wings. Interestingly, the plane doesn't seem to have any windows, which has caused some to speculate that it will use some futuristic auto-navigation systems rather than being flown by a human pilot. But could such a plane actually exist? If so, would you be willing to fly in it? Comment below using the hashtag #MissingTopic and let us know your thoughts on this enormous metal dragon. Hey, did you know that if you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you're more likely to win the lottery? So what are you waiting for? B-52. The United States of America is known the world over for its military might. The U.S. Army's extensive collection of powerful weaponry is complemented by its equally extensive collection of wartime vehicles, which includes the terrifying Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. The American government first unveiled the B-52 Stratofortress all the way back in 1955 with the intention of utilizing it to transport nuclear weapons during the Cold War. Since making its battlefield debut, the aircraft has received multiple upgrades to ensure it's always equipped with the very latest warfare technology. Today, the B-52 has a length of 48.5 meters and a height of 12.4 meters, making for a total weight of 185,000 pounds. Yeah, you heard that right. This aircraft weighs more than 2 average commercial planes combined. You'd think the B-52's whopping weight would slow it down, but this is far from the case. Boasting multiple jet engines, the plane can split the sky at a speed of 650 miles an hour, even when carrying its maximum payload of 70,000 pounds. With its unbelievable combination of size, speed, and agility, the Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is truly the jewel in the crown of the U.S. Air Force and is more than worth the $84 million that was pumped into its construction. Lockheed Martin Airship. Just like the Boeing B-52 Stratofortress, the Lockheed Martin Airship is an aircraft manufactured for use by the United States military. Unlike the B-52, however, this aircraft is still in its infancy, officially known as the Lockheed Martin P-791 It's an experimental airship that uses aerostatic and aerodynamic technology to achieve the greatest possible lifting capacity without sacrificing speed. The P-791 can reach a maximum height of 20,000 feet. Admittedly, this isn't particularly impressive when compared to the maximum heights of other aircrafts. What is impressive, however, is the fact that the P-791 can remain in the clouds for up to 3 weeks at a time. When it's formally introduced into the arsenal of the U.S. Army, the airship will primarily be used to transport cargo to areas a more traditional plane would be unable to reach. On some occasions, it'll be utilized to carry troops to and from battlefields and can hold up to 20 military personnel at a time. Its intricate system of cameras and infrared sensors allow the Lockheed Martin airship to also be used as a surveillance aircraft, although the ship's colossal frame might make it a bit of an inconvenience when covert observation is required. Super Guppy. And now it's time to give out the award for Best Name for an abnormally large airplane. And that award goes to none other than the Aerospace line's Super Guppy. The Super Guppy enjoyed its first flight in 1965 when it was introduced as the successor to Aerospace line's earlier cargo aircraft, which was called, get this, Pregnant Guppy. Like its pregnant predecessor, the Super Guppy was designed to carry objects that were too large to be transported by smaller aircrafts. In fact, sometimes the Super Guppy was used to carry these smaller aircrafts themselves. Perhaps the most noteworthy cargo the Super Guppy ever transported was the SIVB, a component of the Saturn V rocket that completed 9 separate journeys to the moon. It's really no wonder the aircraft was chosen for this mission. At 43 meters in length and with a maximum payload of 54,000 pounds, the Super Guppy was, at the time, the only vehicle in the world that could be trusted to transport such precious cargo safely and quickly. The Super Guppy's glory days may have ended a long time ago, but the aircraft still serves a valuable purpose. It's regularly deployed by NASA to complete missions that more modern cargo aircrafts are not suited to. Even though it's more than half a century old at this point, NASA says that it has no plans to stop using the Super Guppy anytime soon. Dreamliner. If you thought flying first class in a commercial aircraft was extravagant, just wait until you see this next entry. Often described as the most luxurious Dreamliner in the world, this private Boeing 787 makes a mansion look like a studio apartment with its $200 million price tag. Boarding this plane is like walking into a parallel universe where even the most mundane everyday items have been transformed into gold-coated status symbols. A wood panel hallway leads travelers through the aircraft and into the main lounge, where they can enjoy a glass of champagne and dine on the latest 5-star dish prepared by the plane's private chefs. If you feel like having a little nap after your meal, you can head into the master bedroom, which features a king-sized bed, a widescreen television, and soundproof walls to ensure your sleep is not disturbed by the sound of the aircraft's engines. There's also a master washroom where you can wash off the stress of traveling in a fully equipped walk-in shower. This Dreamliner promises the longest maximum flight time of any private jet. It can remain in the air for up to 17 hours at a time, making it possible to fly direct from New York City to Japan without a layover. Of course, you won't find anything in either of these two notoriously lavish cities that can match the magnificence of the aircraft itself.